All right, well, that brings me into my next question, right? So, what did you think of Aries Spears doing that interview on Vlad saying he's not a fan of Ice Cube's acting or music at all? I felt it was disrespectful.
Okay, so I've seen the narrative be spread about you can't say when you don't like something because you're a hater as soon as you don't like it. Personally, for me, I think when men of color are on that camera and we start talking about or we start critiquing things and we talking down, I don't think we should do that when it comes to each other, right? Just at all. I'm gonna be honest, because it's not a lot of us even being spoken in a positive way. So I think the few times that you get to hear from a star talking about another star, I don't really think you should. The moment that you get RJ Payne on TV, I don't think that moment should be me telling you how much I don't like Jay-Z new album, or I don't like Will Smith new this or new that. I think we have a responsibility. I think that when we get on these cameras, be a little bit more cautious, be a little bit respectful. Now, you don't gotta like everything Ice Cube do, but to get on the camera for me and say he's just the worst and you don't like his music and he's trash, I think that was disrespectful. But if he really felt that way, who am I to tell him that?
Yeah, like you were saying, we like Ice Cube in movies because it's Ice Cube playing himself basically, but like he's in a different role, right? It's like now we get to see him as a cop, we get to
Right.
see him as a bounty hunter, whatever, he a barber in this one, like that's what it's kind of funny. It's like we watching The Rock in every single role. He's The Rock in every role, but it's like,
Right.
the situation's a little different.
But we like it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's different tiers, bro. It's different tiers of entertainment.
You know who's just like that? Sylvester Stallone's the same way. We love him for being Sylvester Stallone in every movie. He's not going to crush us with acting, but we love watching him act.
It's Arnold too, like, just like all these guys, right?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing, bro. I think it's really what he's making fun of. And Ice Cube is the same thing we praise. Like you said, we praise The Rock for this. We praise so many people for being them and everything, but then we'll shit on Ice Cube for being Ice Cube. I don't think that's cool.
Yeah, man. The thing you were talking about though, like when you get on camera like that, it's like you as a celebrity, RJ Payne, especially a black man, it's like your words are going to have a heavier weight to them, right? So like if you go out here and you be like, I don't like Aries or whatever, and then the headline's going to be like RJ Payne doesn't like Aries Spears and stuff, right? And it's going to be like, see, even his own people don't like him as a comedian.
Don't like him. And you'll never get me to do that. Never.
It's going to be weaponized more so. So, I see what you're saying with that. But it's 100%. Like, it's like rapping. It's like there's different tiers, right? Different levels of lyricism. You like Cam'ron because of his personality. He throws in funny bars at times, like computers be putin', you know what I mean? But it's not like Eminem level lyricism, but doesn't mean that you can't enjoy it. Like it's the same thing with acting in that way.
Yep. And I think the moment that we try to make everything one way, it's not even dope. Like, I don't want everybody to be as dope as Eminem. I don't want everybody to play like Cam'ron. I think it's dope when everybody is just doing them.
Right. What do you think about though with Aries Spears? Do you think that like he tries too hard to be too much like vocal, or that you think it's like done for specifically for like the headline?
No, I think he really just feels as though he needs his opinion to be heard. And I think, well, let me say this. It's not my place to say he shouldn't have his opinion heard, but I'll just say your opinion is not needed all the time, man. Like, for instance, if you was to ask me, did I like a certain rapper's album, even if I don't like it, even if I think the rap is terrible, if it's not the right time, if it's not the right place, and it's going to possibly be perceived as RJ Payne just says the new Common Sense and Pete Rock is trash. If I think that's where we're going, we're not doing that. I think you just have to read the room. Like you should know when it's a, you know what? It's just a conversation about things that we're not too crazy about versus looking like you're dissing your own people. I think you just got to be cautious.
Yeah, it's not always just what you say, it's how you say it. And I think that
Big time.
sometimes with Aries, he kind of like comes across as just too passionate, and that could be perceived as like just hating, even if that's not his intention. I think it comes across as that,
He
as just
does.
being too outspoken.
Yo, you know what? And I'm gonna tell you how you telling the truth, because it's to the point that every time I see him, like I'll just be scrolling on YouTube. If I see him, I won't watch the interview, because in my head I'm like, all right, who is he about to diss? What is he about to say? Who is he about to say he don't like?
Mm.
That's literally my perception of him now, and it's only because the majority of the time when I see him, it's no longer about your impressions. It's no longer about where you performing at, what movie you in. It's literally what you don't like. And I don't get into that. I don't care who nobody don't like. Do what we want to see you do, bro. We want to see you be funny.
Yeah, because he's a comedian, bro, and a great one too. A lot of people are fans of him, of his stand-ups and everything. Like some of my favorite stand-ups are his.
Right.
Um, but I think that we in this situation now where content has become king, and you see a lot of people getting paid to do interviews, and I think that there's a shift in the culture almost.
My OG Ice T told me something. What we were gonna do I had the green light to do an interview on Vlad TV one time, and it was gonna be me and Ice T doing a sit down, and Ice just gave me some game. He said, "Yo, just keep this in mind. You could do an interview with anybody." He said, "But when you leave the interview, or when the interview is done, you have nothing to do with how they word the interview. You have nothing to do with how they're going to spin the interview." And he let me know, like, yo, you can have the most glowing, friendly interview ever. He said, but as soon as you leave, that headline could change your career. Like the next headline could read, Panda Chop says, fuck the entire music industry. And that's not what you said.
Right.
And it's like, you just got to be careful. So this is why I don't do everybody's interview. If I don't think you're trustworthy, if I think you might spin anything I said, I'm never going to grace your camera at all.
That's a good point, man. To bring it back to Aries though, I felt like the acting, I could see a little bit more of like his criticism of Ice Cube, but when he said not even about the music side of it though, like
the rapping, that's when you knew it was bugging. He was bugging. Like, okay, you don't like the acting. If you're going to sit here and act like Ice Cube don't have no legendary music, come on, bro. You clearly just don't like him.
yeah, because I mean, come on, like NWA, Death Certificate, like just like all these different things, West Side Connection, like it was just wow, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not saying
It's
you got to be
crazy.
your favorite rapper, but like, wow, like to not give any props in that way was just crazy.
Yeah. Listen, even the people that you don't like, you can find something that you respect. So I think, again, you just start to look at people like Aries when they say stuff like them. Maybe you really just don't like people. Like I'm starting to feel like certain times when people get on camera, it's not even opinions. They're just letting you know, I don't like such and such. And I think that's what interviews are turning into. I don't like these people.
Yeah, man. And for a Cube though, bro, like for somebody to come from hip hop and to get their son to become, another successful person and not involved in any bullshit,
Right.
legal or the streets or something like that, you got to commend that, right? But to get for him to start his own basketball league, black owned,
Crazy.
like, you know what I'm
Crazy.
saying? Like these different things, you got to clap it up for that, bro.
And you didn't mention none of that. Like I didn't see him mention none. Like only thing I heard him do was the classic, well, he's a legend. I give him props for being a legend. It's like, nah, you really not. You kind of just softening the blow for all the foul shit you're about to say.
Right. Like you say the nice thing first, like, I love you, but you a
Yeah.
fucking asshole.
Yeah, like, bro, just say you don't like him. Just that's all. Say you don't like him. We would feel better.